Okay guys, so sorry for the delay. No idea what's happened to my com, but anyway, got it fixed. So hopefully for the next about 1 hour, won't gonna the blue screen of death again. So very quickly, I'll run through the attendance before I go through your models. So Hanif, Ling Ying, you already told me already that you are sick, so excuse you. And Yumaira, so Hanif and Yumaira, maybe your friends can text you guys and remind you guys to go and mark your attendance, right? So good thing is that most of our stuff are all recorded, so you can actually watch back and review your own work. So as for now, we only have about 10 students who have submitted your work, so about maybe around 27 of you guys have not submit anything yet. Again, I think it's still alright because it's just a review, it's just to check your progress and stuff. But the more you do during your holiday, the less you have to do when school reopens. So take note of that. No matter what kind of troubles that you are facing using computers and stuff, do your very best. When school reopen again, the less painful it will become for you. All right. So very quickly, I'll run through the model here. So this is Alicia's model. I think again it's not bad overall for now. Just some minor stuff for the body, but it's really just very minor stuff really. Okay, maybe later on when you have pants and stuff like that, the legs will be a bit more baggy, so you can bring them closer. Okay, topology wise, not very well completed yet. The butt topology, I think for now it's still okay because later on you'll be doing the pants area. Here, what I will try to do here is that for the butt, instead of the line going this way, I'll try to make it go this way instead. Yeah, so maybe some lines have to be readjusted. Okay, something like that. So now you can see that the topology is going the opposite direction, and how this helps is that it will this area here, this area here will actually help us get the rounder butt, right? But of course you have to go in to manipulate the vertices again to get back the roundness. Right now it's a bit flat, so just think of that. Here don't have to worry. Every time I add one edge loop, it can always be reconnected at a later time. Okay. So I think your blocking stage is done already. Your hand I think is fine. The legs is fine. A bit floating, so you might want to bring it back to the first grid in the bottom. Right, let it touch the grid. Your character cannot be floating. Go back to the front view again, and you will notice that your edges, okay, is supposed to be at the center, correct? But now if I delete this model away, you find that these edges, these vertices here are off center. So we just have to select all the center vertices. Okay, make sure that they are straightened. So I will scale it 1 to X and snap it to the center of the grid. Okay, it's that simple. So to get special, okay, just double check that the center pivot is correct. Okay, done. Okay, so move on to the head. I think that right now you are trying to do the head, which is a good try. It's going to smooth everything up for you. Okay, the blocking of the head I think is good. You kind of get the rough idea how the shape looks like, which is a good thing. Okay, from the top view it might be a bit too squarish, so we will need to kind of rounder it a little bit more. So I'm going to select this side vertices and kind of like push it in. This will help make your model less boxy look. Okay, so if you start off with a very boxy model, towards the end your head will be very boxy, and you notice the last few videos when we were doing the head, we start to have a lot more vertices and stuff, and if you reach that point, of modeling and your head is still very boxy, you'll find it very difficult to model and make it rounder. So start off with a rounder model, and it's easier to become boxy and harder to become rounder later, you know. So start off with something rounder and softer, and not so boxy and stuff. So I'm going to hide the head for now and just focus on the eyes and the mouth. Good start, I would say. This area, this vertex here looks a bit off, especially this one here. Okay, so you might want to reconsider maybe pushing this back and lower it down. So it's a start of modeling the face. So not much things to really worry. Okay. So I can also tell that you are starting to follow the contour of your face, or at least the model that you are referring to. So I think it's a good start, right? Nothing much to worry at this point. Let's check the mouth. Okay, yeah, the mouth, maybe you might have pulled the vertices a bit too far back. Yeah, so this vertex here at the corner of the lips, right? If you pull it too far back, then it becomes like Joker already. You know, the mouth, you know, is being cut open and stuff. So you want to pull it back closer. So essentially, this vertex that I'm selecting here, okay, it will be very close to the other two vertex here, because they form the corner of your mouth. Okay, so they will be very close to one another. Not to the point that they are overlapping. Otherwise, it's very hard for you to adjust later on. Okay. Like I say, this few vertex here maybe might be a bit too far back, so I'm going to flatten them a little bit and bring it forward. Okay, Yumara, I got your message. Don't worry. I just started the lesson only. So don't forget to mark your attendance. Thank you. Oops. Okay, so for the lower lips, this part may be a bit too straight, so we have to pull it up. Okay, this part a bit too sunken in. Pull it up. This part is still okay. This part is correct. Okay, because this part is here, it's a bit deeper. Whereas this part, the corner of the lips, this side here, it isn't going in. Okay, it should be a bit more like coming up. Okay, there's a bit of muscles coming up, pulling this part of your lips, so it's not sunken in. Okay, this one maybe a bit too deep really. Okay, so anyway, again, it's a good start. As we continue to model, you will adjust the vertex further. Okay, so this is a good model. So let's just double check and see if there's anything else to worry about. Again, good proportion. I don't have much things to worry here. Topology, I'm not so concerned because again, once you have the clothes, you will change the topology of your model. And unless you are doing a guy that is wearing a singlet and stuff, then we will be a bit more concerned here. Otherwise, it's still okay. Okay, next person. Andrea. Okay, so Andrea has been asking a few questions last week. So now let's see if we can answer them. You see, okay, blocking stage. Model wise, it's not bad. Quite slim, might be a bit too slim around the waist area already. Yeah, it looks like very, how do I say that, like anorexic kind. So you might want to maybe bring back some kind of form or volume. So your lines, you have a lot of lines cutting across this way, which is not wrong. Okay, but you don't have enough lines going across here. So if you don't have enough lines going across, your model looks very flat from the side. So for example, if now I were to add one edge loop just across here, and then I just select these center edges and I pull it out, your model won't look so flat anymore. Okay, it will look more three-dimensional. A bit rounder as well. So some of the lines might be a bit too close to one another. So if you see these two edges here, this one and this one, all right, because they are so close to one another, the chest area looks very hard. There's like a hard line over there. So we need to kind of spread them out a bit more, soften the line. Okay, and since now I've added one edge loop across, I can kind of connect component to the top and to the bottom, which kind of fix some of your topo issue. I can eliminate this, connect component, oops, and connect back to this area here. Okay, so we'll leave it as such first. Not a major thing to be concerned over there. Alright, so proportion wise it's not bad. Again, same thing as what I said for Alicia, your model has to be touching the ground. Okay, the feet have to be touching the ground. Okay, you have a good base for the legs, the feet especially. So if you are going to start modeling the shoe, you can actually just chop off the feet and start modeling the shoe already. So for the hands wise, I'll take a look, see if there's any other thing to worry about first. For the body, yeah, body actually is good. Good job, keep it up. Okay, hands wise, I think it's a good start as well. I don't see any major thing to be worried about. Maybe the thumb area here. The thumb is a bit too sharp at this corner. Maybe you want to make it a bit fatter, increase the volume. It's too skinny to be a thumb, because usually our thumb is a bit fatter compared to the rest of the fingers. So maybe you want to rewatch how you can model the thumb slightly better, right? Finger wise is good. I think you got it as well. Okay, good job. Spend the time wisely. Remember, take this duplicate to the other parts of the model. Okay, so this is correct. Whatever you are doing right now is correct. Right? So you don't have to worry so much. I can see that you are also starting to manipulate the vertices so that your fingers can attach over. So that's correct. Good. Usually I don't move the vertices first. I will duplicate the hand, the fingers, then I'll merge and then I'll move them around. So for you, I think it's fine. A lot of lines going across right now. Again, this is mainly because we haven't attached the fingers. Once you attach the fingers, all these lines are corresponding to your fingers already, and then you have to learn how to kind of merge them and become lesser lines and stuff. Okay, so the idea here is that we want to make use of the thumb. Okay, because it's the palm, right? So this is your thumb. So your palm, there's this soft area here, so you can do this, correct? So you want to make sure that there's a topology going across down to the wrist. Okay, and these lines that you currently see here, we want to make use of it to kind of like converge somewhere in the center. So instead of having two lines, over here that two lines can become one. something like that. So that will help reduce your lines going across. Okay, so the hand video that I show you in the MS Team, there's the turntable, right? Use that to guide you. So you can actually pause the model at the palm area, look at the topology and kind of follow it. Use the cut tool to just cut, follow the topology. Anything that is wrong, control backspace, remove it, and kind of like, just follow the topology first. Then maybe you want fix the shape later, it's fine. So I think, Andrea, you are doing very well. As compared to the environment, your environment, maybe right now you have more time and stuff. You should speed up, right? Speed up, because later on you realize you don't have enough time for the phase already. So during the June holiday, wait, not June holiday, during the May holiday next week, use the time to catch up. Okay, don't let it go and just balong long at home. But yeah, the time is for you to catch up. So you can do very well. I can really see right now the progress is good. Okay, so please do it. Okay, keep it up. Okay, next one, Brandon. Mr. Brandon. What do we have? Not bad. Okay, very good. I like the blocking for the face, the head. Like I mentioned, you start off with something rounder. As you continue working on it, it's easier to fix the shape of the head. So this is good start. Body wise, very good. Proportion is very good as well. Okay, butt area, same thing as what I shared with Alicia. So you kind of got the topology there, but it's maybe a bit too far in already. So we will kind of need to push this a bit out, just a bit more, and we need to add one more edge loop. So if you watch back earlier, the one that I did for Alicia, right? It's kind of the same thing here. Okay, it's just that your position of this edge loop is a bit too far in. It was too, butt kind of very small, that kind of stuff. So just watch out for that. Otherwise, it's a good model. Okay, leg is good. Okay, nothing much there to worry about. Proportion, again, I say is good. So alright, I remember that time you all were saying that you were having some problem merging the hands together, right? So hands finger wise is good as well. I like the knuckles. I can see that you are doing some details here. We can actually kind of merge the vertices together. The thumb can be slightly better. Okay, it's the palm issue lah. So I'm going to maybe do a quick one. Actually, it will be quick. Usually when it comes to a hand, it will take quite a while. So I'll try to make it fast. Let's do some of the simple one. Merge vertices. Merge vertices. Okay, I'm just pressing G to repeat the last two. So now if I were to exit, okay, you can kind of see kind of the same result, except that it's not going all the way to the wrist. And for these vertices here, I just have to push it down to kind of get that look. Connect component. Something like this for now. Again, I need time to go and redo the topology. So this is a very quick way to kind of reduce your vertices. Again, look back at the video on the MS Team. How does the topology roughly looks like, and follow from there. Okay, this is just a very quick one. For the palm as well, there are some things that we can do here. I'm just going to remove first. I think removing is easier at this point. Okay, the topology of the palm area definitely need to change. It shouldn't be just going across like that. So we will kind of need to fix it. Okay, again, I find that it's easier to reduce. You see, the moment I reduce the lines, it looks more spacious. Stressful, yes, I still have a lot of lines here, but I can slowly redirect the topology from now already. So I'm going to remove this, remove this, remove this as well. Yep, just going to remove. Okay, looks cleaner at the moment. Okay, then I'm going to start to reconnect them. So the idea that I want is a loop around the palm, or at least around the thumb first. So this is the thumb, and then I want to loop around it. So this is what I just did. So removing the edges really helps me observe better, have a better view of what's going on. I'm doing a little bit fast because I don't want to drag the video to be too long. So so I can actually merge them together here. Now I got one last thing to worry. So I'm trying to see if I can still get the same topology. Okay, so this is going way off the things that I want. So I want it to go across like that. Here to here. Okay, so I have this earlier one. I just need to connect them correctly. And then I need to merge this. Okay, something like that for now. This one I can connect component. These lines can be removed and reconnect. Okay, so more or less there. Okay, but you roughly got the idea. Basically, you just have to merge things together and follow the topology that is being shared on MS Team. Think of it like that is the answer sheet, and learn from it. Okay, so I will run through with you how to merge the hand and the wrist together, because I think that is one of the question that most of you guys have. Just need to check how many ages we have here. 15, that's quite a lot. Couldn't do much these few weeks. How come? 8. So it's about more than half. Actually about half. So I'm just going to combine maybe these vertices together. Here I have a lot. But anyway, let's combine them first. So always save your file before you combine, in case file will crash. So I'm going to combine them. Laptop view. The camera is kind of blocking the. Okay, so now we're going to bridge them one at a time, because I have one side that have 8 edges and the other side I have about maybe 14. So I wouldn't know exactly which one match unless I do this. I'll find the lines that are most parallel to one another, and then I will bridge them across, and anything that doesn't match, I'll just double click and fill hole. Okay, so while I'm filling hole, I realized that somehow magically, it gives me a good result for some areas, not for all. So it's like a happy mistake. Okay, so for here I have a 5-sided. Just have to maybe merge it down. Again, if you watch the recent video, you realize that some areas around my deltoids, I kind of link the lines down to the wrist, so you don't have to worry too much that I've got too many lines and I need to make it perfect right now. Not necessary. Alright, you need to make it maybe perfect when you kind of reach the end of modeling. You want to clean up the topology and stuff, but when you're modeling that time, there will always be areas that can't be perfect, at the point of time. So it's okay to move forward and come back to it at a later time, especially towards the end, okay, when we are doing cleanup of the model. Okay, so roughly that's how we merge the hands together, and don't make yourself too worried about, again, getting the wrist to be perfect. Nothing is perfect. So good job, Brandon. Okay, keep it up. Work a bit faster during the holiday, so that June school reopen, we can do even more stuff with your model. Okay, it will come a long way, and I like to see what you can do with this model here as well. Okay, next person. Lee Chong. Wow, got shirt already. Wow, your character stuck in the cement. So go back to the front view. The legs. Okay, go to move it up. Oops. Why is everything? Okay, move it up. Remember, your character cannot be off the grid. You have to be touching the line perfectly. Because when you see, our modeling is just one stage in production. You have concept art stage 1, modeling stage 2, rigging stage 3, animation stage 4, as an example only. After modeling, you pass to the rigger. If your model is in the ground, your rigger is going to rig in the ground. When you pass to the animator is going to animate the character in the ground. So it doesn't make sense. You got to bring it up above the ground, and don't make the riggers do your job. They have quite a tough time if ask you to do rigging, you'll find that it's very painful as well. So it's the same thing here. So don't make their life even more painful. Do your job properly so that the next department won't suffer your pain, right? Okay, so I will hide the shirt for now, the glove and whatnot. This is wrong, sorry. Should I bring it up? That was unintentional. Okay, so good model. Okay, topology of the butt, same thing as what I mentioned for Alicia's one and Brandon one. Later I will take a look at your pants and we see whether we need to fix the butt or not. The lines here might be a bit too much. Okay, so you can actually remove them. Right. If you have too many lines, you'll notice you have a lot of waves going on. Topology here looks fine. This is still okay. Maybe I'll merge these two together. So body wise I think it's good. Fit wise is okay. Hands wise is okay. Palm area still acceptable I think. Okay, the face, I'm going to cut off the face. Okay, the model, hide the model. So we only focus on the head itself. I would say it's a good start. Definitely got things to talk about. So I'll check the ears first. Okay, so your model here, maybe it's the way the photo is being taken. The face is kind of slanted. That means the eyes is like way too behind the mouth and stuff. So if I can, I will want to move the eyes area, right, and the nose area to the front. Okay, so let's just do some plastic surgery here. After moving it to the front, okay, you might feel a little bit painful when we are doing this, but it's all for the good. So the mouth section, this part here, try to keep it maybe straight because yours was way too in. Okay, let's check again. Here I can unhide your old model and put them side by side as well. Okay, so if you bring your eyes and nose area way too back, it looks a little bit like chimpanzee already, because their mouth is like protruding out. So here we want to bring it back to the front. The forehead as well, this part here might be way too far, so we just have to bring it back. Press 3. Okay, so we kind of get the forehead back to the front. You don't have to bring it way too front. For guys, our forehead is not too protruding out. For female, maybe yes, a little bit more. Okay, but for guys, usually it's a bit more roundish and more gentle. If you pull out too much, later it become like Lohan toe already. Okay, what else? Currently, a few areas looks very hard looking. Hard looking means say like the eyelid is very hard. The nose area here is very hard. So we kind of need to soften some of them. So I think the reason why your eyelid is so hard is you have two edges, they are super close to one another. You just have to remove one of them. Okay, and that's it. You don't need such a hard edge around the eyelid at this point. Okay, how is it now? Shift right click, detach component. This is a very quick way to delete your model into half. Okay, thanks. Okay, one fast way or cheat code is to use like the sculpting tool. I personally prefer to sculpt in ZBrush. So having this tool here in Maya kind of ease my modeling job a lot more. Certain areas like I mentioned that it's too hard, the smoothing tool or the relax tool really helps a lot. Topology wise, I think it's not bad. You kind of got the base of the topo. Okay, so maybe I will just highlight a few things for everyone to take note. Okay, so for example, the mouth, you got the loop, which is nice. I will try to maybe make it a bit more roundish. Okay, that will help in the long run. So if I go to front view, you can kind of see like the lines. These two lines are still okay. This one is still okay. Yeah, it's this section here that is a bit too straight. So you want to curve it. So that will become the roundish look that we are talking about. Again, this will help you when you are doing mouth blend shapes, when you are doing all the lip sync and stuff like that. Okay, that will help a lot. Okay, this line here, I will add one more edge loop. Yeah, this will do. Okay, and this one here I will remove, and I will bring this up. This will be a better idea. So let's see if we can fix this. Done, right? So triangles here, remove this. Can do the throat out. Okay, so in terms of individual details like the nose, the eyes, the mouth, the ears, you are able to achieve it. Okay, so which is a good thing. Okay, so what you want to concern yourself next is just two things here. The major one is the anatomy of your face. So certain areas, you cannot just observe one picture and just follow that one picture anymore. So you have to use multiple pictures and study them from three-quarter view, and kind of like ask yourself where are the cheekbones and stuff. Where are mostly the bone structure. Then after the bone structure, you ask yourself like where are the muscles area. Oops, this is too strong. Strength, try 1. Don't know if this works. Still very strong. 0.1. Better. So the thickness of your nostril, this area here, okay, you need to define it a bit more. So essentially what we want to do is this thickness. So from the bottom of the nose, kind of have that thickness of the nostril. Um, okay. You can see like there's a bit of difference there. I mean, you can see that you have a thickness that looks like this way, right? But mine is more like flatter. Yours is a bit too roundish already. Is like how the contour, if you look at this edge, it's being curved up. So that's how the thickness of the nostril is supposed to be. It's not just like from point A to point B, the shortest way, one straight line across. No, it's supposed to have a curve going upwards, right? So that's what I'm trying to explain to you. Back to the front view, the nose might be a bit weird looking at this point. Have to remove some lines to make modeling easier. Might be a bit tough to model with so many lines. to add some lines further, but I'll keep it as for now. Yeah, okay, for eyes, I don't see any major issues over there. I think the eyes is still alright, it's good to go. The ear wise is maybe just maybe topology issues. So you need to spend some time here to clean up the model. Otherwise, it's quite a good job. Okay, but I think the major stuff you realize is the moment I bring the head forward, it looks less of a chimpanzee looking. The lips can be a bit softer as well. Okay, guys, so sorry, I forget to click on the go live button, so I've been talking to myself for the past few minutes. So I just have to reopen again. Sorry, back to what was it again? I think Khadija model, right? Okay, so I'm back. So for Khadija, your model, I don't really have any major things to talk about. I think the topology, all these things is fine. You just want to maybe work on the shape of the face better. So one thing that I mentioned just now was the we want to focus on the contour of the face, right? Look at these vertices that I'm selecting and focus here, right? If I move out in this direction, you will see that the cheekbone is popping up, correct? But if I were to move in the blue axis as well, the cheekbone, the silhouette wise, is also kind of looking the same, right? But if you were to do this and turn to the 3D, sorry, turn to the front, the look is entirely different. So you want to make use of this advantage for modeling and see which one gives us a better result. Okay, so for Khadija, I don't really have much to talk about. Move on. Okay, Russell. Okay, how is the thing now? Is it better? Okay, so for Russell, your body I think is fine. What you want to look out for is your topology, which is the first thing I noticed. Some of the lines at the eyes level, all these are still acceptable, but from here onwards, this area here, when you are working on your cleanup, you will want to fix them. Now your edges are just going across. You need to kind of get back the loops that I mentioned in quite a few videos. So maybe a faster way for me is to really just delete them and extrude. Okay, so we kind of have a topology here for that. Then we have to kind of do the same thing again for the remaining field. See, we have this edge loop here, but this is like extra, so we need to reconnect them. Okay, so you kind of need to fix the topology first and then continue to fix the shape. So this might be a bit more troublesome for you at this point. In terms of the year model, you can't really see the Y. Usually there's some things here, right? Like there's a Y overall going on here. Right now, like it's missing really, so maybe you want to include that into your model. These edges as well can be softened up. Okay, so if I were to move it, yeah, as long as I move it up, you kind of soften, blend out the skin really. Okay, so that's one thing you can do. If you watch the video, how I did was I created some very low poly model first for the Y, and then I kind of slowly bridge them and form the shape. So if we have something like this now, which is a bit more tricky to work on, the model is starting to lag as well. Maybe I'll start with something lower. I think when adding the ear to the head, delete some edge just to bridge it. Oh, okay. Okay, so watch back the tutorial how I kind of model the Y shape from here onwards. Okay, so for you, you can kind of do something like what I just did. Delete away the whole face, might be easier, then bridge out the edges and form the Y shape. Don't rush into the ear is tricky lah. The ear is one of the scariest part. Okay. Also for the ear wise, don't keep it straight. Okay, it should be a bit tilted, slightly 45 degree. Mouth area here for your case can be further back. So for you, a bit more things to do. Fix the topo of the mouth area first, then fix the shape of the whole face, and worry about the ears last. Right, so because the ear have too many edges to move already, so every time you move something, the ear kind of look distorted and doesn't look very appealing. So for you, I say again, fix the topology of the face first, especially the mouth area. Once you have the edge loop there, keep it low poly, fix the shape of the other portion. um, then the ear do last. If you want to delete the ear and do again later, also can. Okay, because right now I think some areas need more time, especially observation. Need to observe a bit more and do a bit of cleanup. Okay. The eyes, right now it looks like it's tilted. Usually this section here is not so high up. Okay. It should be maybe either the same alignment of your eye duct or just a little bit lower only. This one can be slightly higher if you want. Okay, so moving on. Okay, not bad. Okay, so Valida, same thing here. Your model need to be at the center of the grid, and it must be touching the floor. So I hope to see the correction being done when school reopen. And if you can, try to have a center edge. Okay. So connect component. You try to have a center line so that it's easier for you to bring the model to the center. Okay, model wise I think it's good, nothing much really to talk about. Okay, edges here, oh the hand looks a bit too big, can be a bit smaller. Okay, face now looks a bit funny because you just started, but it's fine, it's always like that. The first video I modeled also looks a bit creepy. Okay, so like I mentioned for the earlier students, if your model is very boxy, later you realize your faces is very flat, so you want to make it more roundish. Why you want to cry? Maybe cry, it's fine. Okay. So for your case here, because you have done quite a bit of things here already, you realize if I want to select the edges and move, it's a bit tougher. So I will suggest we use the lattice. So in your rigging shelf, just below the word rigging, you have this lattice box. Okay, so you create it and up the values to maybe around 4 or 3. Okay, maybe 4 is a bit too much. This is a good amount. Okay, so with that, you can use the lattice point, right click lattice point. No lah, look, starting look like alien is fine, man. It's always like that. Okay, so okay, so this part here at the top, because it's very boxy, right? You push it to the back. Now it looks rounder already. Okay, the history. Do slowly, don't rush into the details first. Okay, so you want to remember fix the shape first, like what you have done for the body, right? You kind of get the shape correct, then you add in the edge loop if you need to. So here the face is the same thing. You don't rush in to add a lot of lines and stuff. Do it slowly. Watch the modeling tutorial that I did for you all and see if it's useful for can follow or not. Okay, so the mouth right now a bit small, so I make it bigger. The mouth is okay. I don't see any major issue right now. This line here, this one can be higher. Okay, kind of straighten it. Remember this line that is going all across. Try to straighten it. Okay, so don't worry, Valida, you are doing okay. Okay, for the start of doing the model, the head model, it's exactly like what I have done. Yeah, it looks very creepy, you will feel very depressed. How come the model so ugly? But it's always like that for the start. Okay, after you kind of merge them to the main body or main head, it looks slightly like what Russell, Lee Chong, Khadija have been doing. It still looks a bit creepy, but that's where you have to spend time to refine the shape. It's the same thing that I've been doing all along. Start off with something creepy, then fix the shape later. Okay, so good job. The eyeball, bring it inside. The eyelid, yeah, now I notice. Okay, the eyelid area, right? Don't pull it up. That's why you find that it looks like alien. You push it in. Take away this edge loop first, so it's easier to work with. You go to the front view. Look at your model. Look at your concept, your reference and stuff. It shouldn't look like an oval shape. So there's one video I mentioned in the eyes tutorial, what we want to avoid having. Yeah. Have you watched the? Are you watching the video or modeling this for the eyes section? Not really at the moment. I think because you just started off at the first few model so don't worry about the eyes, because the eyes is like the second last part that I do. I start off with the mouth, which I can tell that this you are doing okay here. Then I move on to the nose, then I move on to the eyes. So just watch out for the eyes. Don't bring it up. Mouth is good. jawline. Later when you attach your mouth to the head, right? Bring out the jaw, bring out the chin a little bit more. And that's it. Okay. So same thing, during the May holiday, spend a bit more time on the head. So when school reopen, we can clean up the head model. Spend more time during the school reopen to do clean up. Okay, last person, Zhong Wei. Okay, proportion wise, not so bad. The hand looks a little bit long and skinny. Okay, so maybe you want to add a bit more volume. The hand also looks very big, bigger than the head. Okay. Your character, if he's going to wear clothes, then some of these lines are unnecessary. Way too many lines really. Too many. Okay, so you have to remove them. Certain areas that you need to keep. If you don't know how to remove, just share with you. Not difficult. You remove them one section at a time. Because you notice when I select the edges, it's going over all over the places, right? So if you're very confident that those things are unnecessary, you just take it out. If you see I remove it doesn't make a difference, then that line really is not important at all. Because the more lines you have, the more problem you have. See, your model is slanting. You want to straighten it. Okay, now onto the face. Okay, so if you notice, I'm trying to play around with the eyeball. If I were to align it to your eye duct, try to align, or if I bring it in, the gap is way too big. So I kind of need to pull it out. You must remember that your eyeball is resting in your eye socket, so your eyelid is wrapping around your eyeball. So right now, if I were to put this eyeball here, if I push in just a little bit more, my eyelid is not resting on the eyeball. Okay, so I have to move edges out. Okay, so to make my life easier, I'm just going to delete away this range of polygon. This one can be slightly lower. Okay, so kind of think of it that your eyelid again must overlap your eyeball. Your eyelid earlier was too flat. You know, if you look from diagonal angle, it looks like it's just one straight line. So it have to be a curve. You have to be wrapping around. Then you can do the thickness later on. You know, just squeeze it in for now. Okay, these lines here a bit too harsh, so need to remove them first. You remove already, then it'll be easier to clean up. Okay, start low. Remember always to start low. These lines, if this one can be straight, that will be good, because your lines are starting to spread out way too much already. So if I undo and let you take a look again. Okay, you see this line is too wavy, it's going out of place. Okay, so we have to straighten them. Okay, so remember, keep your poly count lower, then fix the shape. Your topology is okay. Don't do the ear first. Really reduce the poly count and get the shape correct. Then add the edges in later to improve on the shape or to hold the shape that you want to achieve. Okay, your lips here, the sausage lips is coming up already. So again, it's because too many edge load. Okay, so remember this, so you have a little bit of tendency here when you're modeling the head to add a bit too much. Same for the body. Okay, so you want to keep that in mind. So when you model at time, when you keep that in mind, then you will tell yourself, oh, am I adding too much? If I'm adding too much, okay, I don't want to add too much first. What should I focus on? Fix the shape. Okay, so remember that. How do you know whether it's too much? One quick way to tell is when you have all these lines you see here, these lines here, right? Especially this one here and maybe here. Okay, they are not natural to have on a human face. All right, so you kind of use this observation to see where are the problem first. That's number one. So when you notice there's one problem, then you click on your model and you see what's causing that problem. And one of the reason is because the lines are way too close to one another already. That's why you have that pinching effect. And for the mouth here, okay, it's not that it's too many lines. Okay, if I were to remove this, definitely it will soften. It's kind of like soften or get rid of the issues. But one main problem here is also because they are way too close to one another. So when they are so close to one another, as long as one of the edges move out of place, this kind of pinching will happen. So I take one plane and I share with you guys what I mean by that. Okay, so this plane I'm just going to bring it down to 4 by 4. Okay, if I were to just move one vertex up, just move it. See, the bump is very subtle. Okay, so here, just move it up. It could be very subtle as well. Here it's very small. Okay, so imagine this on your face. This one here, because it's low poly, when I move it up, it helps to get the shape of the face slightly better. Here, I'm doing a pimple on the face, but am I working on a pimple right now? Pimple can be done using textures, so that's why you keep your poly count as low as possible. Okay, here if I were to bring the range closer, okay, just an example here, because I'm not subdividing the model. You can imagine if one of them just go out of place. Okay, so for Zhongwei, your current situation is like this. Because you have 3 or 4 edge loop all consolidating at the area, as long as one of them is out of place, this is what happened. So you kind of need to smooth out the model. Okay, and get rid of the issues there. Okay, so today quite a lot of issues, my computer problem, lagging and stuff. Okay, anyone have any other questions? If not, I will end off today's video here. Tomorrow we'll be working on some of the accessories, the clothes. We did the t-shirt last Thursday, so I will move on to either moving on to the pants or do a little bit more details on the shirt itself. Okay, if there's no questions, then we only left with 1 more week for home-based learning. Next week is your kind of like your school holiday. Please use the school holiday to work on your mind. I say again, the more you do right now, the less painful it will become when the school will open. Okay, so if there's no question, then that's it. Thank you guys, and sorry for